What is up, people? Whew. I just did an intro on here, so the people listening back to the pod are like, why are you saying hi again? What is up, guys? It is Monday, September 14th, I believe. Yeah. What? It is officially time for season 4. Can you guys believe it? Like 85 episodes deep. I'm just blown away. Like, I'm so excited for what's happening and what we're going to be up to this season, and I'm so excited to share everything with y'all. Like, it's going to be really cool. So I'm going to give a couple minutes and let people get on, but before we get too deep, I did want to do some kind of housekeeping real quick. So just some things for you guys to be aware of. There's a few things going on that I wanted to plug just before we got too deep in the episode. So I'm going to go ahead and just shout them all out. So first thing, we do have a YouTube channel. These videos, these lives are re-uploaded to YouTube every time I do one. So you guys can just go search Gearing Up Podcast on YouTube, and you should find us there. Be sure to subscribe, hit the little bell so you get notified when new videos are up in case you miss these, or you miss, you don't want to listen back to the feed, you'd rather watch, which is totally fine. Sometimes I stay on the video a little bit longer after cutting off this microphone, and we do some extra stuff, so yeah, that's what it is. So go check out Gearing Up on YouTube. Second thing, merch. If you guys want a pineapple hoodie or shirt or phone case or anything like that, there is, if you go to the link in my bio, just hit the icon and go to my bio and hit the link, there is a link for merch, and so you guys can shop. Just so you guys understand, like, it's done through Teespring. They have their own set prices, and then I can just add on a few bucks to each one. So what I've done is I've gone through with most of the things. I didn't adjust all of them because I just didn't, but for most of them, I'm only making like $1 or $2 at most. So I'm not making a ton of money. If you've gone and gotten some of this merch, be sure to share it. Share it in your story, share it on your feed, and tag me, because I'd love to share it and show folks. I have a hoodie. It's over there. I'm not going to get up and grab it, but you guys can see my hoodie right there. Yeah, so there is merch. So definitely recommend you guys go check that out. There's pineapple stuff, there's Gearing Up stuff, there's all kinds of stuff. And then a couple of the other things that I wanted to mention, I do have a Patreon account. So this show is 100% funded out of my pocket. Anything that I make off of merch goes right back into the show. And production costs, as things grow and get fancier, obviously they go up. So if you guys want to jump on and buy some merch, get yourself something, support the show, that's great. If you want to spend a couple dollars a month, and I literally mean there are some $2 options on Patreon, you can certainly do that. And it goes, like I said, it goes towards helping the show, so greatly appreciate that. And then I'm trying to think, the last thing on the link in the bio is there is an affiliate link for Buzzsprout. So if you guys are interested in starting your own podcast, I've had a few folks ask me, and I am 1,000% in support of anybody doing that. But if you guys are wanting to start a podcast, host it through Buzzsprout. I've loved them. They've been great, super easy to use, and with the way that their tools are built, like, episodes go up and you can actually send it out to all the other directories, so it shows up everywhere, which is great. But if you guys sign up using the go to the link in my bio, scroll all the way to the bottom, and you'll see a Buzzsprout option. I get paid, you get paid. I think you get a $20 Amazon gift card for signing up. I used an affiliate link when I signed up. I got a $20 Amazon gift card, so I can verify that you do get one. It's pretty cool. But I make a few bucks. You support the show, and then you guys get, like I said, you get an Amazon gift card, so it's pretty cool. So here we are, 85 episodes deep, season 4, still blown away by that. That's crazy. Excuse me. But I wanted to talk about season 4 and what's happening, what we're going to be doing. I'm really excited. And I also wanted to take this episode and kind of celebrate because if you guys didn't see my story, the 12th of September, so 2 days ago, marked 2 years since we started this show, which is absolutely insane. I can't believe it's been 2 years. 2 years, 85 episodes, a ton of support, a ton of friends, a ton of really cool conversations. So I'm very excited to continue to do the show and continue to put stuff out. And it absolutely blows my mind that we are 2 years deep. Like what I don't know. Anyways, this all started as just like I want to see if I can do this, and here we are. And now I'm doing Instagram Live, and I post videos on YouTube, and I don't know. Anyways, I actually have music that that I didn't get off of a free to use thing. I actually paid for the intro music, so it's pretty cool. I can't believe that it's been 2 years. I can't believe we've come this far, and the response has just been absolutely insane. So really love seeing you guys comment, join in, all that stuff, and I've got some really exciting stuff planned for this season. So I did take a few weeks off, and in doing that, I was able to kind of schedule out and record a ton of content. And so I've got a bunch of work cut out for me just because I've got a bunch of stuff to edit now. But I've got some really cool shows that I'm very excited to share with you guys. So I wanted to talk about the lineup for this season, and I'm scheduled through, scheduled through December 14th. And I just did that. That was just a good stopping point. By no means is that where this is going to end, but between now and December 14th, every single Monday, you guys will have an episode. And so that's a total of, I don't know how many, that's 14 and more episodes. So, and you guys know I want to stop it. I don't want to stop, but I want to get to 100 this season. So that'll put us like one episode shy, I think. I don't know. My math is terrible. Or two. So we'll have to continue. We might do some bonus episodes or something like that. But we're going to get to 100 before the end of season 4, no doubt. This episode 1 of season 4 was really just a, hey, what's up? Let's catch up. I want to talk to you guys about supporting the show. And then I also wanted to go through the lineup and talk to you guys about who's going to be on and who we're going to talk to. And I'm really, really excited about the folks that I've been able to already record. And then there's some folks that are confirmed, but I haven't recorded yet. So again, the work hasn't stopped. But 2 years, it's crazy. So let's jump through and this schedule is in no particular order. I kind of just threw it all together randomly. But starting with today's episode, today is episode 1. Next week, I will have Joseph Vero from Vero Engineering, and we'll talk about his journey into becoming a knife maker and all of that stuff. So really, really cool episode with Joseph planned. I can't wait for you guys to hear that. And then the next one, a week later, is going to be novel carry. So if you guys have seen the Raven coin drop or any of the other awesome products that they've been promoting, I've actually had a chance to get to know the guys behind Novel Carry, and I'm very excited. If you didn't see my story, I'm excited to announce that they are actually sponsoring season 4. So huge shout out to them. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute. But Novel Carry is going to be... I had such a blast interviewing the guys behind Novel Carry, and I can't wait for you guys to hear that one. And then the next week, I kind of have another solo episode planned. We'll do another live video. The downside with some of these pre-recorded ones is I didn't do video. I'm not interested in doing video for that kind of stuff yet. I'm really trying to focus on audio quality and just kind of quality of interview. I think video just adds another level of distraction for me, not necessarily you guys, but maybe one day we'll do something like that. But so for the week of 10/5, I want to do an episode about leather and leather in the everyday carry space. And I've got notes. There's so many accounts that I want to shout out. I want to share about. So it might be a little bit longer one. I might have to break it into 2, but I'm really excited to share this one, and I've got a small giveaway planned for that episode and some coupon codes and stuff like that. So I'm excited for you guys to hear what's going on there. After that, the next week, Mr. John Brown from Scoopy Loops. We're going to talk about machining and lanyard beads and the journey to become, the lanyard bead of the Everyday Carry community. I loved talking to John. He was so much fun, so can't wait to share that with you guys. The next week, James Brand. Ryan and I have been talking, trying to figure out, we had a time scheduled and I completely dropped the ball. It was totally my fault. So we're going to get it recorded here pretty soon. So I'm really excited to chat with him and share that with you guys. gzm.pix says, is there any limitations on your current platform for length of episodes? There's not a limitation on length of episodes, but there is a limitation for how much I can upload every month. So there's different tiers. I'm on the cheapest tier. I think it's like 3 hours, but I usually go over that. So they have a couple different tiers, and if you go over, you just pay a little extra and they give you some more time. But no, I mean, we could do 3 hour long episodes. We could do 5 hour long episodes. I would just pay a little more. So, but anyways, after the James Brand, someone that I'm really excited, I loved chatting with him, and that's Ben Peterson from nafs.com, or you guys might know him from his We Banter knife, or you might know him from Blade HQ. But Ben was super awesome to chat. I loved it. Just Ben is just such a, like, if you guys have seen him, he's like super exciting and charismatic, super fun to chat with, and so I'm excited for you guys to hear that as well. The reason I asked, I wouldn't mind longer. So I try to keep everything right at an hour. Some of these episodes are a little bit shorter, some might go a little bit over, but an hour seems to be the sweet spot. I really would love to dive into longer chats. I think part of that is work on my end and getting better at sustaining a conversation for an hour. But in these interviews that I've already recorded, it always seems like once we get to about that hour mark, everything is kind of tailing off nicely. So it just seems to naturally end right about then. Doesn't have to. Again, if I did a better job, I could probably extend it out and chat longer. One thing that I've been toying around with, and I may end up trying this season when I have like an off day or an open spot, I may try to do like a roundtable long form discussion where I get 3 or 4 or 5 people on and we all just kind of chat. And that may be something that we do once a month or even less frequently. I don't know. But let me know in the comments if that's something you guys would like. We can always try it. I'm down to test new things. So, Ben has been recorded. That's late October. And then the next week, TRA Designs, Taylor, the guy that makes the Chugger, the Chameleon, bottle opener, and a ton of other products. So Taylor is a good friend and known him for a while. So roundtable would be awesome. Yeah, so we'll think about it. I've got to do some work on me to make sure that I can make that entertaining and sustain it for the amount of time. But yeah, TRA Designs, super fun convo with Taylor, so I'm excited to share that with you guys. After that, Wear Knives, Matt, you guys might know him as EDC Alabama. We are scheduled to chat. So I don't doubt that that's going to be a fun one. I'm excited to talk about him and his journey into becoming a knife maker. As you guys know, if you follow along, he just recently went full-time knife maker. So I'm excited to go through that. Next is Tony Nickel of Nickel Knives. I've been a fan of Tony's for a long time, so I can't wait to chat with him and share that with you guys as well. The next episode is going to be Mr. Casey Lynch, Lynch Northwest. I absolutely loved talking with Casey. He was so cool to talk to. Just a very chill dude altogether. So I'm very excited to share that with you guys. The next episode I've got lined up is Rustic EDC version 2, because we've actually talked before. He was one of the I think he might have been the first remote interview I ever did. So a lot has changed in that time, and so I'm actually very excited to chat with Adam and see what they're up to. So we haven't recorded that yet, but we will. And then next lined up is Damned Designs. Adrian's in super cool. He's the guy that makes the Oni, which is a super cool little front flipper, tiny little guy. So yeah, I'm gonna chat with him. And then the last one that I've got jotted down on this schedule is another solo episode. So you guys can tell just from that. I mean, there's really this one and 2 others where it's just me. So every other episode, you're going to have a maker or a creator or someone from the community chatting. So it's not going to just be me rambling to the microphone or the camera. And I think both of us are looking forward to that. Because sometimes these get a little crazy. So yeah, so season 4 is pretty stacked. There are some other folks that have said yes, that are like a very tentative yes. So I don't want to throw them out yet and it not happen. But that's not everything that we've got planned. So maybe make sure you're subscribed. Maybe make sure you turn on the notifications, and we'll see where it goes. But yeah, I'm really excited to share all of this stuff with y'all. Actually, I was talking with there's one other guest I can confirm, and that's because we were talking last night. And I was like, this is absolutely happening. This is a thing. Let me pull him up. So I just recently found out about this guy and his content, but if you guys have not already seen him or you're not already following everydaycarry, one word, that's his handle, everydaycarry. He has a YouTube channel, so I highly recommend you guys go subscribe. And he does kind of the same. He does some podcasts, some interviewing. He's got some really great content. He does some reviews, giveaways, all that kind of stuff. And we were chatting yesterday or the day before, and we're like, absolutely, like this needs to happen. So we got to sync up our schedules, but we're gonna post up an episode for sure. So that's all I can share right now, as far as guests go. Just because like I said, there's some folks that I'm very much excited to have on, but I have not like 100% nailed down like, hey, we're gonna chat this day. So I don't want to throw too much out. But if you guys are joining on the live and you're watching this or you're listening back on YouTube, go back and listen to the podcast, because I want you guys to hear the new intro music, and I've got an outro somewhere, but I haven't. I gotta load it up in here, so I'll do that post, so you guys don't have to worry. Yeah, I'm really excited about all of this stuff. Let's talk about one of the biggest changes. You guys will hear, not in this episode because I'm doing a live video and I didn't want to drop an ad right in the middle of it, and I haven't figured out the mechanics of all that and how that's going to work just yet. Maybe we'll consider this an ad, but I do have a sponsor for this season, and I'm very excited about that. Number one, I love the guys behind it. Number two, it allows me to do more with the show, things like fancy new intro music, new artwork, more hosting so that we can do longer episodes. Yeah, so that's really cool. But I've got a sponsor for this season, and that is Carry. So if you guys go Buzzsprout, let's go. So I want to show you guys I don't want to log in. No, I don't want to log in. I don't know if this will even work. We're going to try this. Yeah, let's turn this around. So if you guys go, you guys can see my neighbors are out there. So this is this is really looking like an awesome season. Really happy for you. Keep it up, and big props, Novel Carry, for sponsoring it. Yeah, 1000%. I am absolutely humbled that they would trust me. But if you guys have not been to Buzzsprout and seen kind of the main page, there's links to every source you could ever imagine. So I highly recommend you guys check that out. But up here, in this corner, let's get a little closer. I'm using a gimbal because it was a great stand. That's all I had. Here's all the content. Here's where you guys can go to Patreon to support the show. And there's the website. So there's all that. There is a place for sponsors. I just don't know where it is. I don't know if it's in like the player. I'm not sure. Because I was able to go in and yeah, I don't know. I'll have to figure that out. But that's a thing. Anyways, so that's what we're up to today. Yeah. Guys, it's been a minute since I've done this. I took about 5 weeks off. Was it that much? I don't know. It feels like it was like 4.5 minutes. But here we are. Like I said, I took time off from posting, but the entire time I was recording and editing and prepping and all of that stuff. So, yeah, so that's a thing. What else? Do we have anything else? I think that's really it. Did I mention that it's been 2 years, 2 freaking years? Come on, like 2 years, 85 episodes. This is nuts. Like, you guys are crazy for listening to this and supporting, and I can't appreciate you enough, so thank you. But yeah, that's all I've got. I'm going to end this one. This is going to be a short one. Welcome to season 4. I'm very excited. If you guys missed anything, if you're jumping on later, go back and watch this. Here in just a little while, I'll have it uploaded on the feed. I'm going to do some editing to the audio just to get the outro music and all of that stuff put in. But yeah, well, I'm also going to upload this to YouTube once it's finished. And that's it. In a week from today, this time, we'll upload episode 86. And that will be the episode with Vero Engineering. I'm so excited. I'm so excited for you guys to hear it and to see the content that I've been working on. And I can't thank you guys enough for the continued support. And yeah, I mean, that's Jared. He's like, hey, I finally have something to do. This is awesome. And I'm like closing it up. I'm sorry. Go back and watch the video. Go back and listen to the podcast on the feed. Here's how you guys can... So I opened this with talking about all the different ways monetarily to support the show. And while they are extremely important because things like this are not free, they're not the only way you guys can help support the show. And I can't stress this enough, and I've tried to also be an example. I'm trying to share as much content as possible. But in addition to all of the things I mentioned earlier, buying merch and doing Patreon and going and supporting the sponsors so that they'll continue to sponsor, shout out Novel Carry. But in addition to that, there's a bunch of stuff you guys can do that's completely free. So you may not realize it, but when you guys do things like follow, comment, like pictures, share stuff on Instagram, that's huge. That helps the Instagram account grow. And when the Instagram account grows, people click the link. And when people click the link, they end up doing other things like subscribing and looking at merch and stuff like that. So sharing and engaging with the content on Instagram is absolutely huge. So thank you guys that do that. And in addition to that, then we look at things like subscribing on iTunes, or I say iTunes, that's not even a thing anymore. Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. Let me go to the directories. Let me list them all out. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, TuneIn, Podcast Addict, Podchaser, Deezer. There's just everywhere. Anywhere you look at podcasts, you guys can find this show. And I've worked really hard to make sure that that's the case because I don't want anyone left out because they listen on this platform or that platform or whatever. So as you guys share and engage with the content, you go to all of these different sources and you subscribe and you download, and you do things like rating and reviewing, rating and reviewing. And there's been some back and forth about, do ratings actually help when it comes to Apple Podcasts? The answer is yes and no. Technically, there is not like a magic boost you get from ratings that puts you higher up on the list. But what does happen, and I equate this to like shopping on Amazon, right? If you're looking for a coffee mug and you go to Amazon and you type in coffee mug, say 2 pop up, right? And one has 1,000 5-star reviews and one has 6 2-star reviews. Like there is some influence that happens there. So when you guys go on and rate and review, it really just further legitimizes this show and the content that we've created. So I can't thank you guys enough that take time out to go review, and I can't stress how important it is. And I hope that once this is done, go take a moment, go to Apple Podcasts, hit subscribe, download a couple episodes, and leave a rating, leave a review. Hey, we love the show, and I'm always open to constructive criticism. If you guys say, hey, I'd really love to see more of blah 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 blah, that's fine. Like, throw that out there as well. But when you guys do things like reviews and ratings and you download the show, it helps us climb the charts as well. And so the way Apple Podcasts organizes sort of the top results, when you drill down into the category, which this is in hobbies, leisure hobbies is the subcategory. I think it's like 150 to 200 episodes that they will list as their like top episodes. And we've broken into that top 200 a couple of times. And anytime we do, I see a ton more interaction and engagement and downloads. So you may think that it doesn't take, it's not a big deal. But I will tell you, for something that takes 2 seconds, like, it makes a huge difference. So if you can, go rate, go review, go subscribe, go download some more episodes. And in addition to that, share the content. Share this out. I'm going to post it up on IGTV so you guys can go back and watch it if you're just jumping on near the end. And if you are just jumping on near the end, go back, because I talked about every single guest that I've confirmed and recorded so far and what the lineup looks like for this season. I've talked about different ways that you guys can support the show, free and not free. Both are great. Both are very much appreciated. And I've also talked about the fact that we're 2 years deep into this show, and I feel like we're really just getting started. I feel like kind of the end of season 3 was really kind of where we found our groove and our rhythm, and that's what we're going to do more of. And I'm really excited. Like I said, of the 15 episodes we've got scheduled out, there's only a couple that are just random chats. Most of them are content with folks that you guys probably already follow. So I highly recommend making sure you subscribe, turn on notifications, all of that stuff. And I'm like looking at myself, I'm talking to Instagram. I'm also forgetting that there is a podcast audience that I'm recording to. So if you guys are listening to this podcast and you have not already rated and reviewed the show, go. It helps. It's huge. Because I want as many people as possible to hear this, and to be able to hear the stories of some of the makers. You guys are going to, over this season, you guys are going to hear me crush on so many makers. And I'm so fortunate to have them take out time and let me talk to them and just oogle their creative goodness. So that's all I've got for you guys this morning. I actually have a day job to get to. I've been working. I stopped to do this. And now I've got to get back to it. So I'm going to close this up. If you're just jumping on, like I said, go back, listen to everything, or check the podcast feed later and listen back to the audio. I went over a ton of really exciting stuff for this season. I can't wait for you guys to hear. Other than that, I got nothing. Thank you guys again for taking time out of your day, regardless of morning, afternoon, evening. And if you guys have like a specific time that these lives work, if we're going to do more of these, I've noticed that as we approach the 9 o'clock hour, more people get on. So if that's a better time, we'll push it back. So I'm all for that as well. But yeah, thank you guys again. I'm blown away. I'm humbled. I'm excited. As you guys can tell, I'm like, my eyes are like, ooh. I'm like, ooh. But yeah, thanks so much. I hope you guys have an amazing day. Go out, do something nice for somebody. Spread some goodness. I don't know. I've always thinking like a sign off. Like, I don't know. We'll figure that out later. It's not important today. Thank you guys again. I absolutely appreciate everything you do. And have a great day. We will talk very, very soon. That's all I got for you. Peace.